We'll kick off with a nice, simple, easy icebreaker question. Your favorite color, Hattie? There's a lot of colors on you, but which one's your favorite? Is it the obvious?
No, it's none of these colors. It's purple.
Really?
Yeah. So I guess, that actually, I'm gonna up my movement range a little bit. Be more fun. Funny enough, so the reasoning for my color scheme, I have a friend, I still use Facebook, not really. On occasion, I go back to see the birthday wishes and such, and every year, my oldest friend on one of my oldest friends on Facebook is a professional Chinese astrologer.
Oh.
That's a different story as to why I'm friends with him. But every year on my birthday, he gives me a little personalized horoscope reading.
Oh, nice.
And usually there's lucky colors. And so a couple of these colors are said lucky colors. The green shirt, which is, funny enough, a shirt I have in real life. It's one of my favorites. And then the pants are blue. A blue that is a lucky color. And actually, oh, wrong way. Nope, nope.
Hold on. Yeah, there you go.
Nope, wrong way. Nope, wrong way. Mouse. The orange that you see is also one said lucky color. And here is a view of the bottom half of my model that usually is not showcased. A lot of this is actually textured by me. The fact that the stockings are a thing, that they are the color they are, is because I made it that way. The boots are default because I couldn't be bothered. But the rest of it is colored. So the reason that my model is... Hang on. Here we go. The reason that my model is the way it is, color-wise, is because most of them are my lucky colors, and then the jacket, I just try to find a nice complementary color, and I really like the red. But my favorite color is purple.
Wow. That's actually really cool. I never... That's a great elaboration on the what's your favorite color question right there. And that even covers some of the design, but we can go even deeper into that later on. But, so there you have it, folks. And actually, the color combo is nice. And in general, yellow, green, red, and blue are common playing piece colors, for 4 players and whatnot in board games. So
yeah, exactly.
They all do complement each other for sure. I mean, I'm sure her hair is a little hard to see on my yellow background, but it still stands out as a sheener, shinier version, hopefully.
Yes, it does.
But, so on that one, let's move on to the next one. What kind of foods do you like? Your favorites and least favorite?
I do love so blanket statement, I love food in general. I love trying new food.
Same.
My top types of food would have to definitely be Italian.
Ooh.
I grew up I'm quarter Italian, so I grew up with all the good pasta dishes and
nice.
Eggplant parmigianas and all that. Japanese, partly influenced because I'm a weeb, but also partly influenced because I lived in Japan for a year way back, and so I had all that food then, and it's why I miss California so much. But where I am is also very good at having a bunch of genres of food. What else? Yeah, those are the main 2.
Italian, Japanese.
Yeah, my least favorite food of all time, at least currently, until I'm brave enough to retry it again. I hate pineapples.
Pineapples? No way.
So my take on the pineapple pizza argument is that if you enjoy pineapple pizza, I don't fault you for it. That's your taste. I just can't stand pineapple. And there is a story because of this, of why I just still haven't gotten over it.
Would you care to share?
Yes. So, I was on a cruise. This is before I got trapped in the library. I was on a cruise with my family. We were going to the Bahamas. And during the dinner, there was pineapples for some reason. And the just something about... I get motion sickness not fairly easy. I think it's gone away over time, but
it happens.
was really bad back then. And naturally, going down the hallway trying to get back to my room, I got really, really sick because the boat is moving back and forth. And I just ate a lot, and the pineapple is really, really the most prominent thing I'm tasting right now. And just all over the floor of the hallway. I moved past it. They'll clean it later, probably. And then ever since, it's not for lack of trying. Every once in a while, I do try a pineapple, and I'm like, but it's just not. I just don't like it. Second least favorite would have to be mint, but I can get over that on occasion for similar reasons. The mint medicine. Back when I was a kid, I had to take something all the time, and like I literally convulged in because of some mint medicine. It just like.
Gotcha. So some bad past experiences kind of contributed to the reason why these.
Enough, I like candy canes though, and anything like that. Gum is. I don't like gum, like spearmint gum, but I like candy canes. I don't know why. I don't know what it is about them. They're fine.
They're more candy than minty.
Yeah, I think so. I think the sugar balances it out.
Yeah, there you go. So, any particular Italian food or Japanese food you want to single out that stands out for you as like a nice go-to or something you just really enjoy, even if you haven't had it a lot?
So, yeah, let's see. Oh, I can tell you what I'm... the Masked Demon's here.
Hey, Masked Demon! Welcome!
Hello, Masked Demon.
We are on the interview portion of the show.
So, let's see. Oh, I can call out one thing that I can make really well.
Go for it.
I still need to figure out a good sauce recipe on my own to make. For now, I just use whatever ragu or prego or whatever is at hand. But I also need to learn how my mother likes to make things homemade, so she makes homemade noodles.
Oh, nice! Really?
Or like, yeah, she can do that.
That's cool.
And it's like an attachment on like the old-fashioned mixers. And so noodles, I want to learn how to make homemade. Sauce, I want to learn how to make homemade. I know my mom's taught me how to make like white sauce before, but I need to actually do it again. But I have a very good recipe for meatballs that I got from my mom's best friend mother, which is just that's a full-on Italian family. And so it's just the best meatballs. And then you have the spaghetti, and then you have the sauce. But then the piece de resistance is making homemade cheesy garlic toast. Garlic. Yeah, sure, Texas toast is great. But my mother, again, I'm probably going to bring her up a lot because she's had a big influence over my life, and she's had just as many interesting experiences as I have. My hometown, which this will narrow it down for you guys if you've been paying attention, is one of the very few places on Earth that has 2 Ritz-Carlton hotel resorts.
Huh.
And she knew the chef, one of the head chefs there for some reason. I don't know how. But she got the recipe for his garlic cheesy bread. And it's so good. It's so melty and drippy, and it works on any kind of bread, really. It's so good. So combine that all together, and you just have a good time.
Wow, that's some good practice. Wow, got actual recipe from an actual Ritz hotel chef. What?
Yeah, I know. My mother has so many weird stories like that. Like, back when one of the hurricanes was coming through, Irma, I don't remember. Whatever hurricane it was, she made, she felt so bad for the weather report people. They were just out there doing their jobs, and she's like, oh, I'm gonna make them some pie. So she made some grape pies, and she gave them grape pies. And they were so thankful that, me, my sister, and my mom got to tour the Weather Channel station that was local, nearby. That was really fun.
Oh, that's a nice story. Your mom sounds awesome.
Yeah, she's the best. I like to think so. This will partly answer a question in the future, I think. But in part of my VTuber concept, I did rope in my mother and my sister into this, where generational dream eaters. But I'm the dream eater of knowledge. My mother is the dream eater of gratitude, and kind of the flavor bit of like how does that work? Is you tend to attract and also want to give whatever it is that you perchance eat out of dreams. So, for example, sure, I like to eat knowledge out of dreams, but that's also because I like to share knowledge and all that type of stuff. Whereas my mother is like, she's always so thankful for people being around. She'll make baked goods and that's just another wheel of gratitude where that person's so thankful that we'll get like a random bottle of wine from my downstairs neighbors. It's just a big old wheel cycle.
That's a nice cycle. I like that integration. That's beautiful.
Yeah.
That's nice. Oh, you put so much thought into it and so much care. I love it. This is a good interview. So we covered a lot of this. If did you leave anything out though that made that you can tell us about what inspired design? We know why you chose the color scheme, but in general,
right.
Yeah.
So that is a fun story.
Go for it.
So I guess this goes back to like, why did I get into VTubing in the first place? Yeah. My first like look into VTubing was, well, other than knowing Iron Mouse exists because I watch like CDawg VA videos, I got to know of the bigger picture of it through Niji-Sanji Ien's Luxium wave, and I was a big fan of Vox. Still a big fan of them in general. Mm-hmm. And around the time that I discovered them, I ended up being let go from the job that I was at that time, which was a very terrible coffee place. Yeah, it's a terrible coffee place inside of an amusement park. And so I was happy about that, but around that time, the Niji-Sanji auditions were happening, and I was like, you know what? I don't even care if I get in. I want to try to do this. I want to join whatever is happening with this. Not realizing that, indie VTubing could be a thing.
Okay.
And I was making a couple of drafts for scripts for my VTuber. I'm going to pull it up on my end. Mm-hmm. We don't have to show it on stream or anything, but I'm just going to pull it up on my end so I can look at it as I read.
Go for it.
I ultimately didn't get through, but this is how I came across this particular concept, was a thread of thought that comes from this. So originally I wanted to be, and I'll just read this. This is really, I like to come up with lore. I'm a very based person.
Oh, sure. Go ahead.
The name originally was Okamiko, which was like just wolf girl, because I like wolves. A forest spirit who takes guise as a wolf, protecting her territory. A traveler unknowingly walked into her woods. She'd have them pay the price of either their lives or of interesting knowledge. But if a traveler came seeking her for knowledge's sake, she'd humor them with a conversation over tea. One day she realized no one had come through her forest for ages, not accidentally or intentionally, so she decided to step out of her forest and learned that there were buildings built around it, keeping it as a nature preserve. And then so she just slowly she discovered the internet exists, and basically is just doing the same thing while on the internet. And so that was the first, level concept of the VTuber, was being kind of secluded in the woods, kind of like guard wolf in the woods. And then I discovered there was an actual VTuber from Hololive called Okamiko, or Miko Okami or something like that. I was like, that's too similar.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
And how do I? So at first, I think the reason I ultimately wasn't chosen was I didn't follow the instructions very well. I think it was just supposed to be an introduction video, but the first idea I had was just, okay, I'm gonna play GeoGuessr and just react in time. And it's like, wait, no. I also just did not like that at all after I realized that it was a bad idea. But the scripts that I ended up going with, I'm not going to read them because they're very long. I ended up reiterating the concept of being someone who's trapped in, the Dream Eater concept came from this whole thing. And so these are on one of my YouTubes. I have 2 YouTubes, but I'm going to have to see which one and make sure they're on the right one. But basically a dialogue. I'll speak the first paragraph.
Go for it.
Of one of them, I think.
Your story time. I like your presentation.
Yeah.
Read it.
Yeah. For the character description, it's owner and only librarian in a mysterious old building. Inside, everything is stocked full of books, and the character is trapped within the POV, or sorry, my character is trapped within the building. So that was always there. And
one sec.
Basically,
and yes,
the
Mecha.
voicing.
Oh, I'm sorry, hey, just 1 sec. I just want to acknowledge the chat real quick. Yes, Mecha, wolves are awesome. That's all I want to say.
Yeah, wolves are awesome.
Go for it. Continue.
But you know, basically, it's just I'm guiding the POV listener. It's almost like an ASMR, actually, now that I think about it. Through the library. Oh, hello there. Welcome to the library. I'm guide, owner, and sole occupant of this fine establishment. How may I be of assistance today? Oh, you wish to check out some reference material? Of course. It's what I'm here for. But first, you are aware of the price you must pay, yes? Good. We'll iron out those details at the end. What is it you are looking for? Inspiration for a stage play. Well, look at you. That is an art form not regularly appreciated these days. At least, outside of Broadway and terrible movie remakes. Alright, come this way. And then it continues on like that for, like, it was a 5-minute long script.
Wow. I like the performance, and I like it. It covers your lore. It's a nice introduction. I like that. Did you make a video on that?
Yeah, I will reorganize my thoughts and make sure that those are on the appropriate channel, because I think I put some audition videos on my personal.
Oh right, yeah, of course.
Like real name channel.
Right.
Which I kind of don't care about that anymore. If people ever discover my real name, it's fine.
Wait, your name's not Hatty DRAGO?
No, there's a story about why that name is there as well. But yeah. I will post those somewhere. I'm still going to keep them unlisted, but they'll be somewhere. They'll be in my Discord.
I know, Mecha.
Probably.
The lies. We were misled, but that's okay. This knowledgeable Dream Eater has her reasons. So on that topic, then, let's go into why you chose the name Hatty DRAGO. Let's just roll right into that.
So that's a totally different reason. That has nothing to do with VTubing. So I think it was when I started more frequenting the internet, either like somewhere around high school. Wait, that says nothing. Around like 2009, 2010-ish. I forget when. Maybe 2011. I don't know. Somewhere around there.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe later. Maybe earlier than that. I don't know. Anyways, so growing up, my core friend group. I was the only girl in the group. It was just a bunch of Yu-Gi-Oh players. We were all nerds.
Uh-huh.
And I was known for two things. Unfortunately, Reeve is not here because he's part of that core group.
Oh, cool.
But I was known for two things. I was known for wearing a hat, and I was known for playing dragon decks in Yu-Gi-Oh! Now, originally I just wanted to be the dragon girl duelist, but that was already taken by another Floridian dragon girl duelist. So I had to think of something else. So I got Hatty DRAGO.
Oh, I like that story. That's actually...
Yeah, so that's been my pen name for like over 10 years probably now. The only place that I'm not Hatty DRAGO, backtrack. That Hatty DRAGO is not me is an account in Knights of the Old Republic, the MMO, that my ex at that time named a character that name for some reason. And without my permission or anything, he just kind of did it.
Oh, there's a reason he's an X then.
Yeah, that's one of the many reasons.
I like those origins. I love that it came from a nickname from a cool place. Get the dragons in there, and you always wore a hat. I think that's so cool. It's what's hilarious. That's why you have lots of hat fittings, isn't it, for your model?
I do. Eventually, whenever the revamp of this model exists, this is a really good model. I'm not gonna lie.
For sure.
But the lore of whatever the hell I am keeps increasing. I keep getting called a dragon, which, it's fine. Dream Eater can also be a dragon. I have cat ears.
Mm-hmm.
I have a cat ear form. Actually, you know what? I can probably bring out that form right now.
Go for it. Show the lovely chat. Flex the cat ears. Flex the Neko ears. Flex the Neko Mimi.
I hope it doesn't reset the... It did. That's fine. We can fix that. Nope, wrong thing. Mouse wheel. There we go. So yeah, I do have a cat ear. Actually, you know what? That's a bit. I care about presentation. There, that's. I do have
There you
the
go.
cat ear form, which I don't know if I want to explain why I decided to do the cat ears, but and people can keep comparing me to like Washington from Avatar: The Last Airbender, the owl.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, and then for Yu-Gi-Oh, most recently, because my that's a story I don't want to get into, but I don't have a physical collection of Yu-Gi-Oh anymore, so I'm relying on Master Duel. And
There
I
we go.
started with Dark Lords on there, so everyone's calling me the Dark Lord of Knowledge as well. It's very fun.
So much just keeps adding on, kind of like Genshin.
Yeah, yeah, kind of like Genshin. I keep getting added on features.
Well, they keep
So
adding. It's nice.
yeah, so eventually I do want to have like a hat that's regularly a part of streams, maybe similar to like who was I think Alhaith? No, not Alhaitham. Lord Athelstein. I think he regularly has like a hat on during his streams as well, but not
Cool.
all the time. Something like that.
I see. But you want it to be like your look, kind of your like your logo,
Yeah,
kind of your
part of the look, or
part of the
part of the
brand,
memes.
part of the brand,
Yes, yes.
part of the Hatty DRAGO brand. Oh, that'd be nice. I'm looking forward to that hat. I like my hat. It's a bucket, technically speaking, but I'm sure you'll have a much more fancier style. I'm looking forward to that.
Nice. Yeah.
So let's see here. We got that. We have a lot of lore. Okay, this is one that's always fun for the guest. Since becoming a VTuber, what surprised you to be easy, and what surprised you to be hard?
Um, this might have just been because of the circumstances, but I got to affiliate almost immediately, so that was surprising. There is a story behind it.
Give us the story on that one. Then we'll go to the hard one.
So the story behind it is that it actually took me months before I decided to full on go into the VTubing streaming
Mm-hmm.
part of it. But I ended up joining a Discord for they're an indie Ikemen group of 5 called Invicta. They're made up of Kane Knight, Taiga Chama, Kite Hasegawa, Harmony Kairos, and Nicholas Nello. And they're very nice, and they're very a couple of them are fairly active in their chats, but they're all very fairly active in their communities as well, and it's very nice. They're up and coming. And I was just really liking the vibe. And I was liking the vibe of not just them, but other VTubers being a part of their community. And I was like, I want to join this world. And up until that, like, I selected a date. I selected July 24th, ahead of time, because it's going to be right after I came back from a vacation
Nice.
out of state. And I had this plan for a while, and it was going to be great. And in between the like May-ish area that I had decided to start going down this road and my debut,
Mm-hmm.
I just continued communicating with people. Continued communicating with the various members of Invicta in a casual way, like in chat or in their Discord and blah.
Sure.
But I guess I left enough of an impression for friendship that, well, friendship is a strong word. Camaraderie, that's a better word.
That's a good word.
That, like, day 3 or 4 into streaming, and I get a big raid from one of them. Like, I get a raid of like 100 something people
Whoa.
from Taiga Chama.
Oh my.
And I was just like, oh my god, what the hell? How did you find me? And it's just like, oh, thank you so much. And then enough people followed me that so long as I just streamed every day, I got to affiliate.
Oh damn. Congratulations. Yeah, indeed, Mecha. Mecha had one struggle of a journey. Wow. And that's a unique, easygoing answer to this question. I never heard that one, so that's nice.
So,
Yeah.
I guess that I have, if anyone's watching this in the future that is like thinking about becoming a VTuber and is wondering, is like, I think, just join a VTuber community, even if it's just as like a casual thing, maybe even the Invicta one, where you're just talking and communicating with them. Not guaranteed to have the same experience that I had, but
Sure.
like you'll also know kind of best practices. as well, because they're becoming huge. They're well, not as big. No, they're not 1 million subscribers huge,
but they're growing. They're up there.
They're growing. They're doing good.
Nice.
Yeah, and I guess let's see. What was the hardest thing? Remembering to archive my videos.
Oh, that's a unique answer to this one. That's hard, huh?
That is hard for me. I'm starting to remember more recently, and thankfully I don't have as many videos that are even on my channel right now because of the break.
Yeah.
But let's see. Early on, when I like kind of straight up, well, no, let's see. I remember to archive like the first week's worth of videos, but I somehow forgot the next 2 videos of those in the confusion of things. Thankfully to me, I didn't lose out on anything that important. Like,
that's good.
Out of those. Because it was like one Genshin video, which, yeah, sure, whenever I put it up on YouTube, if I do, that's another hard thing to do, for me to remember to do, is upload everything onto YouTube, because
it takes a while.
There are some early videos. I do plan on just putting up the VODs and calling it a day and not editing, but there are a couple of early videos that I didn't have an Ethernet cable yet, so some of the videos are in multi-parts.
Oh, I see.
And that's just like, I don't want to deal with it, but I also don't want to upload videos out of order.
Oh, I know that attention to detail. Yep, I get that.
And then the other video, which is another funny story of one of the Invicta brothers raiding me for no reason. But thankfully, like, so that video was going to be like, I'm affiliate now, I'm going to make emotes on stream, but I was too tired because it had been literally day 9 of me streaming. Sure. And I was just like, you know what? I'm going to end stream and go and just go. And I just ended stream and walked away. And then I came back from using the restroom and I just see this giant raid happening. I was like, what's wrong with you? I just ended. That would be Kane Knight. He's a wolf. As obviously apparent that I have favorites, but yeah, no, it's just like, what is wrong with you? So while that video, the full video of that is gone, I did, funnily enough, think, you know, it'd be funny. Let's clip this scenario happening, because how often does this happen? So I clipped a couple of, like, on his stream, him deciding, oh, I know who I want to raid, and then going to raid me, and then on my side, like, you know, I'm gonna end stream, and then my reactions to the stream. So I clipped all that.
Oh, good.
So the important bits of what happened there are still there. Nothing else was important.
The highlights remained.
But sadly, the video that got lost, that is sad to hear. And I don't know why this happened. Technically, I do have the VOD, quote-unquote, but it's corrupted. But it's the first, like, 47 hours of the subathon are lost to time. Whoa. For some reason, I don't know why. Every other video has been fine. Every other video of the subathon has been fine. But I think maybe it was because it was all one giant chunk.
Maybe. And
that it just is completely gone, which is kind of sad because a lot of it was Final Fantasy XIV. I was doing like the final arc of A Realm Reborn, which is the first, like, the base expansion.
Aww.
And then the first raid, which was basically just a couple of my in real life friends that are also been playing the game since the beginning, so they just carried, and I was able to through the story. And did good armor.
Oh gosh.
But yeah. So, and then also there was some Genshin in there, but it wasn't the big Archon stories. So that I'm fine with that.
Okay. Well, that's unfortunate that happened during the subathon. That's too bad. But
yeah, but the rest of the subathon is there. But just the
first
like,
47
first
hours
major half. Yeah.
That's okay. But that's okay. But you did great on that too. How many subs did you get during your subathon?
Oh, I think it was 25. It was mostly
nice.
Reeve, actually.
Hey, good old Reeve.
Good old Reeve. It was partly because he wanted me to play Apex Legends, and so that was actually part of the subathon. And that I got archived that I can upload at some point.
Nice.
But I did try out Apex Legends, and he also, I was playing with him on there. It was good to hear from him. Yeah.
There you go. Well, there you go. Archiving is difficult, surprisingly, and affiliate, surprisingly easy. Those are some unique answers to that question. I like it.
Given that it depends on the circumstances, of course.
Of course. The affiliate was the circumstances, but still, it's a unique flavor, and I love it that you said that. And let's see, Mecha says it's about, I think, the corrupted videos and losing the VODs. He said, I had that happen once, and I just froze because I was beyond baffled, like Patrick Starr. Who are you people?
Or maybe it was that, or maybe it was the getting rated when you end stream.
Yeah. So let's see here. No, we covered all this. Here's a good one. So, on the topic of subathons, good raids, and whatnot, of all of these, do you have a favorite stream and why? Like one that just stands out?
A favorite one of my streams?
Yes.
Oh. That's a tough one.
Ah, the getting raided for Mecha. I see. Oh, getting baffled by the raids. Yes.
Yeah. I mean, the ones I mentioned were memorable because of like their events. Honestly, going back to the 3.0 Genshin Impact with the story, with the dreams, getting knowledge eaten, and all that type of jazz. And I think my Genshin streams in general are just really, really fun because I get so engaged and I get others engaged. But pretty much the entire stream was dealing with that quote unquote time loop dream eating thing. And I was so involved, and a good amount of the chat was involved. I was like, oh my god, I did not see that. And the engagement was all there, and it was really nice. What else would I say?
That does sound like a good time, though. Yeah, it's always good to have an audience engage with the streamer on such a good storytelling level. That sounds like fun. So you experienced the story for the first time on stream. It's not like you played off stream and you're playing it again. You're experiencing it for the first time on stream.
Yeah.
Cool. I'm sorry.
I would also say another one that I just thought of. And this was just like great. Like this was a great moment, and I think I did get clipped. In Final Fantasy XIV, when I was, grinding through, and I did archive the video.
Nice.
When I was grinding through as many of the story quests, the MSQs, as possible to get to the point where I could do the raids for Subathon. And, there's this part where I notoriously simp for hot men, and for some reason in this one area, it's like, why are all these hot men shirtless?
Oh,
all
gosh.
these hot Muslim men are shirtless. And, you're talking to them for the quest, and I'm just like, But then you've got my in real life friend who's kind of there supporting in the background, but also he comes into, so it's this funny clip moment. He comes into frame as my little small dragon girl is staring up at this giant hulking man. And my friend, who's a giant blue cat person, just walks up to me in the middle of me simping. It just uses the slap emote and just like, stop simping for 2 seconds and play the game. And then like I have one of my regulars that I brought over from the Invicta fan base, Watasi, is just like, oh my god, he just slapped the shit out of you. And it's just like, oh, it was such a good moment.
Oh, that sounds like a good moment. I'm laughing. Hatty in simp mode, but they're in game mode. It was a clash. Something had to give.
Like Genshin streams is very common for me to be something. Like I think another moment got clipped recently where it's just like the 3.1 quest. And I've been increasingly enjoying watching other people react to this moment. Is, you're on the run from people trying to capture you, but you take a moment to observe this giant wall that apparently blocks out sandstorms in between the desert and the jungle, and you're just like, oh my god. You and your sidekick are just staring up at it. It's a camera angle that's perfectly at like your head level, and Paimon, who's a floating fairy, But then, in between the two of you, the muscly chest of Al Hatham passes by, and I freak the fuck out. My desk suffers. And I'm just like, oh my god, where the hell did you come from? No, not today.
Hold on a second.
Why was I simp today? I'm peeking yes, probably.
Oh no, you ain't peeking right there. Do you have that clip? Let's share that with the audience right here if we can. You can put it right in the chat.
I could share the clip, huh?
Put it right in chat. You increasingly love the reactions. Do it. You're a VIP, so you should be okay to share links.
Okay, let me find.
We need to see this, folks. We gotta see.
Yeah, it's both of them. I will. Clips is under clips.
Yes.
Also, while I'm on my video producer.
Yes, Mecca. Do it.
Okay. Clips of my channel.
Oh. This is Ain't She Delight, folks. Very articulate. Very good.
I know one of these I clipped myself. Actually, the one of me getting slapped by my friend is I clipped myself because it was just too good. I knew I needed to record that for history.
Sure.
Can I has clip link from this section? No? Yes? Me?
Wait for it, folks.
Technology is hard.
Technology is hard, but it's okay. We get by.
Okay, here is the first one. I want to say that I clipped this. Anna, hello.
Anna, hey, welcome.
Hey, more people to witness.
Excellent. Oh, good timing, Anna. We're gonna.
Oh shoot! I actually
Hattie is sharing her simping clips right now.
Yes. And notoriously, because I hit affiliate, I had decided to humor my chat. One of my chat members, they're probably asleep now, but Nabiru, also known as Neko something. She is the one, or they, I actually forget, notoriously clip me in my simp modes all the time. All the time.
So they're on it. When you're simping, they're there. They got you covered.
Yes. They catch me in 4K all the time. And one of the first things I did, for some reason, I want to say that I made it vague what I was going to do on that day, but literally the first Saturday, the first week, I was like, you know what? I hit affiliate. I'm about to hit affiliate. Naviru, give me the stupid Pokemon Smasher Pass. And it wasn't a traditional Pokemon Smasher Pass. It was, their husbandoify. So I didn't feel awkward about wanting to do the bestiality thing. But so I think they were all like humanoid-ified. But I did send the links to the clips in the chat so that you can observe for yourself.
I saw you banging that desk.
It was just such a shocking moment. And like you don't see it in that clip because afterwards, after he shows up, I'm just like, oh my god, no, he's back. And then I move my model to the side and because I took many snapshots of him as I was streaming, and I just had one of them as a body pillow next to me in the stream. And it's just like, yeah, no, this is correct.
You go, girl.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I gotta check out those clips later because obviously I don't want to be just laughing at an off-screen clip. I'm glad the chat is gonna enjoy it. I'm gonna enjoy the heck out of these when I start these up. I'm gonna keep them on the browser.
There's tons more as well.
Oh my! Oh, this is fun. Oh, this is good. So there you go. And I'm so glad you got to join us. Mecha and Hattie were undefeated champions, as you know, unfortunately, Anna, because you went up against Mecha. But I can tell you something that he now has in common with you, Anna. He tied with Hattie. They tied their game. 15-15. Can you believe that? Like with you and Rushi. Oh, shit, indeed, Anna. It's true. And it was crazy. Plenty of chaos.
Crazy game.
That's true. Your tie was higher. I think yours and Rushi's were like 18 to 18, something like that. I'll have to recheck the VODs. But it was fantastic. They did great. And Hattie was going over her favorite streams, some of her favorite moments right now. And so... And those are some pretty pogger moments right there with the clips. Becca saying, but mine is more entertaining. I think we were in the 20s. Very possible, very possible. And Anna and...
my ears off. I just want to take my...
Yeah, no problem. And Anna and Mecca are doing their thing right now. But, you know what? Those clips are a highlight. That's a good way to close out here, because I pretty much asked every question that's very pertinent here. Was there something you want to share our way in terms of your lore or whatnot? Because you're really into stories. You can round up with that, some really good lore about yourself.
Well, I guess, you know, this is kind of a prominent bit of my... well, how should I put this? I do like storytelling with everything. And even when it's kind of accidental and I think about it afterwards. So this concept of the Dream Eater of Knowledge trapped in a library, I came up with that, but then I also realized that it's very interestingly kind of a metaphor for my early life. That I do have autism. It's not noticeable, especially through the internet. But very, very early on, it stopped me. Like it was very, very what's the word? I forget the word.
Challenging?
It was it was challenging. I was trying to remember there's a specific word that's used. It doesn't matter.
Okay.
But yeah, no. Basically it was just like tuning out everyone, and this is like age 3 that they caught it. But you know, the early therapies, the early diet changes, all of that. And it was my mother that helped with a lot of that. She was my primary caregiver. And, you know, I ended up kind of writing that into my lore as well. Like, if I ever full on get a lore video, I already know how exactly it's going to go.
Wow.
Because this is like how, this is very fun but depressing. I like the fun, depressing little
combo.
Story bits. Yeah. But, you know, it had been me as a child. I keep
Go on, you're good.
I make it vague when I got trapped in the library lore-wise, because it doesn't matter. But, you know, as a child, I loved going to the library, and whenever my mom had to go to the library, I'd go with her, and it'd be a fun time. But the twist here with the VTuber lore self is that the library we went to once, you go in, so many books, it seems almost unending. And, you know, I go to find whatever section piques my interest as my mom's going to find something else. And I run into the curator. And, you know, I don't have a concrete reason for this person doing this, but they're a mage, a wizard of some form. And they're like, oh, you like books? Would you like to be around these books forever? Do you love books? And I'm like, yeah, I love books. And he does he waves his hand in some way, but you know, I can't tell it's magic. I'm a dream eater. I'm supernatural. I'm not magic. And he just goes back into his office or something like that. Disappears. And as we go to leave, you know, the threshold of the door is there to get out back into the outside world. And as my mom's holding my hand, she passes through, but mine stops. As if blocked by a force field. And it's this agonizing... You can imagine the agonizing moment of, like, not being able to bring your child through a gateway to be able to go home. And it's just like, oh, that hurts so good. I love that writing. And then, of course, like, you know, there is an inherent loophole in my lore that I came up with. As to, like, why are you able to go out and get food? Why are you able to go out and do all these things? Well, loophole... I have many loopholes. First off, the Dream Eater part of it is the only reason why. That person, the wizard, did not know I was a Dream Eater. But like I mentioned it a while back, but someone checks out a book from my library, I can go to wherever that book is. And if the person near a book is asleep, I can go into their dreams and eat. So not only am I'm still sustaining my own nutrients, but I'm also able to escape from the library. Now, it doesn't care who checked out the book. So me being as smart as I am, figured out a loophole where someone else, a friend, checks out a book. They put it in a bag, and they put it in my car. And I teleport into my car. And I carry the bag, because I can't touch the book. I can touch the bag.
Nice.
And I can just go about my day. But I do have to return to the library at some point during the day. I can't stay out all the time.
Okay, you
sadly.
can't stay out indefinitely. There is like a time limit.
No, there is a timer.
All right, so
Which doesn't explain the vacation, but that's fine. No, it does, because I can just teleport to the book that is already at the vacation spot after the travel. Yeah, no, I'm fine.
No, you cover your plot holes. You're.
I cover my plot holes. At least I try to, because plot holes are bad.
Yes, you're a seasoned storyteller. It shows, and you do a great job, and there's a lot of patch behind it, folks. Yes, and a lull indeed, folks.
Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's all the theater. It's all the theater. Being a theater kid, like a long, extensive part of my life helped with that.
Well, it shows, and it's really fun, and it's a great, charming part of you, and I love it that you express it here on the VTuber world. Give it up for my guest here, Hatty DRAGO, folks, for a great interview and getting to know her more. This is one of the most in-depth interviews we've had, actually, on the show, so I'm very happy with it, and so many unique answers.